me. I don't think it's the attitude for me. It's the fact that how many times have you ever heard that the Super Eagles had a friendly with Enyimba, or had a friendly with Rangers, or had a friendly with a local club? But these girls are training with Robo Queens. That's only going to give the girls more. People will see them more. People will see their talents. Maybe we will see 2 or 3 Robo Queens players in the national team in a few months' time. That's the idea. That's it for me. For me, it's the fact that we are actually patronizing our Nigerian league clubs. That's why a national team can play friendly with a Robo Queens. How many times have the Super Eagles ever played a friendly with Enyimba, with Rangers, with Caterpillars? Maybe from there we'll see stars, raw talents that are bound in Nigeria. They're always there, but we don't look their way.
Okay.
I'm happy the girls are looking their way.
All right, I'm very happy also that you've got this great thoughts concerning the Super Falconets and their preparation. Now let's have a sport journalist, content creator, one who knows his onions, right, and he's also following the Super Falconets at the moment. We've got Ademola Victor, a sport journalist. Thank you so much for joining us, Ademola Victor. You're welcome to the conversation.
Thank you so much. It's good to be here.
Great to have you, and I know that you're following this team closely. You heard from Wale Scott. He says he's very impressed with the NFF decision to be able to use domestic sides, you know, as opponents for the Super Falcons in this preparation. Yes, we've not seen the Super Eagles go up against any local side, MPFL side, in preparation for the World Cup. But I'm trying to play the devil's advocate right now. The fact that we have FC Robo Queens as the opponents that has been set up in preparation for this World Cup qualifiers, do you think this means that the NFF are not prioritizing the preparation for these girls heading up to this FIFA World Cup qualifiers?
Oh no, so I also have to agree with Mr. Wale. You know, looking at the fact that we play Senegal in a few days' time, and this is for the under-20 Women's World Cup. Robo Queens is a very strong team. They currently top their group in the Nigerian Women's Football League. So playing a strong team and a young team like that would help them prepare as they gear up to face Senegal over 2 legs. So yeah, it's a good development for the junior team to also play a football club that has young players. And that would also allow the coach also look into the team and look at players that can be drafted from the club side into the national team as well. It was a very intense match between 2 young teams. And at the end of the day, I'm sure they learned 1 or 2 in how to play against young girls. So it will be difficult to find countries to play against, to play with, you know, within a short span. So playing a club side, playing a team that is compact, that understand themselves, playing against them would help, you know, as they prepare for the World Cup qualifier. So it's a good one in my opinion too as well.
All right, let's talk about
the junior team should also try to do this more.
Okay, let's talk about the relocation right now before I get Wale's thoughts on this conversation. I know you're following this team closely thanks to that beautiful visuals that you've been able to make available to us. But this squad moved away from Ibadan to Abeokuta. How has the change in environment, has it affected them in any way, or it has not affected their intensity going into that game against Senegal?
Yes, so I'm on ground right now, still in Ibadan. The team is yet to move. They're still in Ibadan. Maybe they move in 2 days' time or tomorrow, you never can tell. But the idea is that going into the pitch is not even. So some patches on the pitch still need some patches, and a lot of work still needs to be done. Now, we don't know if that's going to be ready before Saturday's game, and that's why the NFF released a statement that they sent a message to FIFA to try and move the venue from this stadium to the MK Abiola Stadium, which is an artificial turf. The one in Ibadan is natural, and I feel like I like natural turf when young players are playing. It's better for young girls to play in and all of that. But yeah, the Ibadan Sports Ministry dropped a memo, and they also said that they're working on the pitch. It has gotten better than it was last month, and you never can tell. They might also reverse the decision. The girls might play. From what I'm hearing, they might play in Ibadan again.
Yes, I also agree that they should go back to Ibadan because the pitch I see right now is nothing to write home about. What is called? Share your thoughts, please.
I want to disagree a little with Victor.
Okay.
Just a little. Just a little.
Okay.
It's unfortunate that our NFF don't have their house together. It's unfortunate. They don't have their house together. We wait for a state government that wants to help us out. Okay, Ogun State has offered a pitch now because the pitch in Oyo State is not good. My question is, what has the NFF been doing like forever? I thought FIFA or whoever would have checked that pitch before and realized, okay, yeah, it's good enough to play that match. And then overnight, the pitch has suddenly denigrated and we can't use it anymore. And then we want to go to Ogun State now. And Ogun State government have agreed to have them. We wait for the state government to say, okay, good, I have a good pitch. You guys should leave this place, come here. Just for them to have their popularity that they want. The truth be said, this is shameful. This is very shameful. What have the NFF been doing all this, or like forever? Now we're changing stadiums overnight, shamefully. I think this is shameful, really, my opinion.
All right, Victor.
I think Victor has just been diplomatic about this. This is really shameful.
Victor, you have been called out right now that you're being diplomatic. You're following this team closely.
He's been diplomatic, yeah.
What is the crux around this conversation of the pitch being high standard to execute this match?
No, definitely. So I have to agree with him. But I have to agree from the sense that I just got back from Morocco from the Africa Cup of Nations, and the standard of pitches in the country, around the country, not just Ibadan, is very, very bad. I think the only pitch that is approved is the Gospel International Stadium in Rio, which is still manageable, you know. But around the country, from Lagos, Mobolaji Johnson Arena, to Ogun, to Ibadan, to the north, everywhere, it's just so bad. And it feels like priority is not given to these young athletes to ensure we have the best standard when it comes to facilities from the pitch to the track. As a physiologist, for me, it is terrible. You know, manageable, maybe, but obviously it is terrible. You know, the condition of pitches around the country. So it's something I keep clamoring for, that we have to invest in facilities. We have to ensure that we have the very best. We have the money, we can afford it. And it's just sad that we have not been able to crack that. This is 2026. And while other countries are growing and other countries are developing, we are still struggling with standard of pitches that would not even host a high school game in Morocco, would not host a high school game in our neighboring countries. Yeah.
All right.
So it's bad.
I would agree with Victor somewhere. He said something a few minutes ago, and I totally agree with that. Most footballers, real professional footballers, don't like to play on astroturfs. They like natural fields. I remember a period when John Obi Mikel almost refused to play a qualifier because they took them to an astroturf field. He said he's not used to it, that he gets injured every time he plays on an astroturf. So the truth be said, all of this is just makeshift. Most footballers don't like astroturfs. They get injured on it. So they like natural fields. We must work towards our structures in Nigeria. We can't wait for the government all the time to rebuild the Gusau Stadium, rebuild the National Stadium. It's wasting, really.
Indeed. I do agree with both gentlemen on this conversation. But for time's sake, let's move to our tactical conversation right now. Victor, you follow this team closely, so looking ahead of that crucial match against Senegal, what areas do you think the Falconets still need to improve on to ensure that they carry the momentum of this preparation, the win, into the competitive match?
I feel like it's a strong team, but I feel like they have to work on converting their chances going forward. You know, the last round, which they played last year against Rwanda, they won over 2 legs, 5 goals to nil. But now we're not playing Senegal. This will be our biggest test yet. Senegal also goes to this stage, defeating Nigeria by whooping 6 goals to nil. So we are facing our strongest opponent at this stage. This is not the final stage. After this stage, there's still one more lap. And that will be the 4th round, where we'll face either Guinea-Bissau or we'll face Malawi for a chance to pick one of 4 tickets to represent the continent at the Under-20 Women's World Cup, which takes place in September this year. So for us to defeat Senegal, we have to convert our chances and we have to be solid defensively. Because Senegal, our neighbors, are also very strong, also very physical side, and they know how to score. So if we want to do well at this qualifiers, if we want to advance to the next phase, we have to ensure that we get the early win at home in the first leg on Saturday the 7th, before going to Senegal, I think on the 14th for the reverse fixture. So it's to be clinical, solid defensively, and take our chances. Although I know we defeated Rwanda in our last game at home, 4 goals to nil, we also missed a lot of chances. And I feel like the coach will work on that going into this game. I've seen them working on that in training, and I hope that it sticks when the game starts.
All right, we'll also share that same hope with you. Thank you so much, Victor Ademola, for joining us on the show today, and thank you for providing us with the visuals to see how the girls are preparing ahead of that crucial encounter against Senegal. Have a lovely day.
Thank you so much, and thank you, Mr. Wale Scott, as well.